Right, little social experiment here. Got stopped a couple of months ago for recording the police. In this day and age, he said. So I'm going to do a social experiment because anyone and their kids has got a phone that has a camera in it. So just going to use my camera outside the nice jewellery shop. Walking around Waterlooville. That's NatWest Bank up there. See the marble on the bottom. A few years back they used to have that up the top as well. Big chunk of that fell off, broke someone's back. I think they weigh about 140 pounds each in weight. They took that off and put plastic up the top so don't do as much damage next time. And that's where they were standing, I think, and it fell off, broke his back. There's the subway. Was in there a few weeks ago and counted 16 flies hanging around the food counter. Right, that white building in front of me is Waterlooville Police Station. That's where they park their cars, the police cars. On the other side, that's where they bring in the criminals and lock them in that gate in there, so they can't escape when they get out of the van. CCTV out there, look, next to the sign. This is the back of the police station. There's someone there, look. Someone's been a naughty boy. Probably innocent. You might film the police cars coming in and out. Some go in the back, some go in the front. Right, I'll stop the video there and come back in a couple of days. I'll do the same thing with an obvious camera. Right, here we go, part 2 of my social experiment. I'm going to record everything I recorded a couple of days ago. This time I'm going to use a very visible camcorder and see if I get any reactions. Let's see what happens. Start with the jewellery shop and move on down to the banks and then the police station. Go with the jewellery shop.
Yeah, I'm just going back into work.
I think she works there. Probably call the police in a minute. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Just recording in public. Here we go again, back at NatWest. the subway again. As I mentioned on my last video, counted 16 flies in there, hanging around all the meat. Eat fresh, everybody. There's Waterlooville police station again. Come back to that in a minute. Can't just walk in the police station these days, you've got to ring the bell, see if they let you in or not. Can't walk around for too long. I'm actually disabled and it's painful to walk. Cleaning. Private property in there. Oh, not out here. Oh yeah, it's definitely added, mate. It's amazing what people do when they see someone with a camera. Sorry?
You're lucky I didn't moon you.
Oh no, don't do that. I won't be able to upload it if you do that.
Well, you did put it on Facebook, wouldn't it?
I should stick this on YouTube, mate.
Alright.
I came round here the other day, a couple of days ago, done exactly the same as what I'm doing now with my mobile phone.
Alright.
Covertly. Like everyone in the world's got a mobile phone now, and they can record. And the reason I'm doing it is I got stopped a couple of months ago for taking photos of a police car. And he pulled out all the terrorists and wants my name and blah 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 blah. So I'm doing a social experiment. I've gone around videoing the jewellery shop, the banks and police station, and now I'm going to do it again and see. I've had a little reaction from the jewellery shop. They wasn't too happy, but yeah, it's just to make a point.
Some of them do overstep the line, I think. You know, they think they're God's gift.
The police,
yeah. Some of them use their common sense. You know, in my days, you used to get fit around the ear.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, I did in my day, but there's a reason.
The reason kids are so unruly nowadays is because your mum and dad aren't allowed to give them a fucking good idea.
Yeah.
Even my grandkids, my youngest two are 2. They do something naughty, I'm going to slap their leg, you know, smack their hand. Never hurt me.
No.
But, oh no, you can't hit a kid nowadays. Bullshit. You misbehave, you're going to get a smacked arse.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of the police nowadays is they kind of tread over your rights and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And they rely on people not knowing them.
I love watching them when they against people and they get shot down in flames because the people know the law.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm doing now.
I go on YouTube and watch them.
Yes,
you know.
That's what I'm doing now.
I'm not saying, you know, they've got a hard enough job to do.
Yeah.
But, you know, that I saw one the other day about that nurse.
Oh yeah, we're trying to get the blood sample.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nothing to do with her either. She was just the one that he spoke to. Yeah.
And the fact that, you know, people, in my eyes, he should have been sacked. But he's been taken off, what's the name, Jews or something.
Yeah.
Put into administration or something.
Yes, that's in America, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's
thing is with
absolutely
those,
disgusting.
A lot of those ones when they misbehave in America, they just go and work for another police station, different state, 'cause it's so big.
Yeah, but it wasn't as if it was a young copper. It was an old copper, and again, common sense.
Yeah.
It should have been natural common sense, you know.
Yeah, they just overstep the mark. They go on bit of an ego trip, I think.
Yeah.
Are you okay with me uploading this? I'll cut you out if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
No? Okay then. All right.
I
Catch you
might even
later.
see myself on telly.
Yeah, might do.
Bye, mate.
Thank you.
Right.
That's why you're filming the police station.
I'm filming the police cars going in and out.
Why is that?
I'm just doing a story, that's all.
Story?
Yeah.
Hello?
Sorry, what do you want?
Can I take your details?
Am I obliged to?
Yeah, obviously with the current climate and you're
No.
acting a bit strangely filming the police station.
No, I just told you what I'm doing. Photography's not a crime. I'm sat here, I'm waiting to get some pictures of a police car going in and out of the police station to finish off a story that I've been working on.
Yeah, which...
So I'm not obliged to give you my details because I haven't broken any laws.
I'm
Right.
unsure as to why you said you're doing a story. Do you work for the news or something?
No, just independent, just for myself.
Independent. Do you work for? Are you a journalist or?
No, I'm just working on a story for myself for my YouTube channel.
Okay, so you're a blogger. You have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you need to get a picture of the police car. Do you mind not putting that in my face?
Well, it's not in your face, and you came up to me, so.
Yeah, because you're filming the police station. It's
Well,
kind of strange
that's
behaviour.
not against the law, though, is it?
No,
Given
but
the
it's
current
suspicious,
climate,
strange
it is quite
behaviour.
suspicious.
No, I don't think it is. And terrorism or current climate has nothing to do with
filming the
it.
police station.
Terrorism in Waterlooville, I don't think so.
It can happen anywhere, and it would cause us concern that you're sat here constantly filming a police station.
Well, why are you saying constantly?
Because
I've been sat here for 20 minutes
Yeah.
waiting for a car to come round the corner to go into the police station,
Which we did.
which is what I wanted to capture.
Which we did.
Yeah.
So once that happened, I'd expect you to stop.
Yeah, you continue to film.
Because you got what you wanted.
Yeah.
And left. If that was the
Because
case,
you got out of the car and then you started walking over here. So now you're being live streamed as well. And now you just turned yours on.
Mine's on already.
All right, well, that's fine.
Yes.
Well, that's fine. You're recording me and I'm recording you. But I'm not obliged to give you my details because I haven't broken any laws. Okay? And being suspicious is not a
But
crime
you
either.
can appreciate though, given the current climate and terrorism being an issue, you are sat here.
There's no
filming
terrorism
you're
in
filming a
Waterlooville.
police station.
Yeah. Which is not against the law.
But you can't appreciate the reason why we've come over to speak to you.
Oh, and understand why you come over to speak to me, but coming over and like, oh, we'll get your details, blah blah blah,
All I ask
is
to
I'm not
speak-
obliged to do
Obviously,
that.
I'm engaging in a conversation with you.
Yeah. And I told you what I was.
Myself, I'm PC Morris.
I told you
work
what I
here
was
at
doing.
Waterlooville Police Station. All I asked was for your details.
And-
You could introduce yourself.
I explained to you what I was doing.
And I understand that. All I asked was for your details, for your name.
No, you don't need my name.
No?
No, because
Okay, that's
you
fine.
stick it in your computer and it stays there forever.
It's not that it was honestly from me to engage in a conversation with you.
And by coming over and talking to me, you just made my story more interesting.
What are you doing the story on? Police vehicle?
It's a social experiment at the moment.
Social experiment.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say.
Okay. And this is being broadcast live on your YouTube channel right now?
This is being broadcast live right now, yeah.
On social media or on YouTube?
No, this will be published to YouTube, but it's being broadcast live to a cloud.
Oh.
So it's not on my phone.
So it's what?
So it's not on my phone.
Oh, okay. So it's just a way of recording that doesn't stay on your phone, it goes to a cloud. So
Yeah, it doesn't go on my phone. Yeah, it just records to a cloud.
I'd appreciate if you obviously camera in my
Right.
face.
I've just spoken to my sergeant as well.
Yeah.
Under the Terrorism Act, with the current climate as severe and the way you're acting, I will need your details.
No.
So please provide me your details.
I'm not obliged to give you my
or it's
details
an
because
arrestable offence.
I haven't broken
And I can also
the
seize
law.
recording equipment if you are filming the police station under the current climate severe. Okay.
It is an
That's not.
And
No, it's not. That's
anyone watching
You're not
your
providing
videos.
you can't seize my
Anyone
equipment.
watching your videos that you are currently, say you're live streaming,
Yeah.
will probably agree that under terrorism at the moment, with the risk as it is.
Now this is live streaming
Yeah.
because if you take my phone, it's not on my
I'm
phone.
explaining to you, I'm explaining to you the reasons why I'm speaking to you, and all I am requesting for is your details. I'm not going to.
I'm not obliged to get. I've not broken no
If you
laws.
don't give us your details, it gives us grounds to arrest. It's
No,
necessity
no, it's
to
not.
arrest
No, it's
you.
not. That's
Failure-
unlawful
no,
arrest.
failure to give
No,
name
that
and
is
address.
unlawful arrest.
Failure to give a name
I've not
and
broken
address.
no laws, so that would be an unlawful arrest.
Under the Terrorism Act, I'm requiring your name and address because of your behaviour.
Terrorism
while filming a
Act.
police
Which
station.
act's that?
I've spoken to my sergeant.
Which one's
I
that?
don't deal with it on a regular occasion.
Which-
I'm not
which
an
one's
expert
that?
in every
We've
part of the
explained
law.
to you the reason we require your details. You can either give us
In
your
fact, I've
details
actually got written
or-
permission to sit here and do this.
Right, well, why didn't you
Okay.
tell us that? Can you
Who's
see
your-
show
who's
us
your
that,
written-
please?
Where's your written permission?
You could have told us that at the start. That would have saved a lot of time, wouldn't it?
There's one from the Association of Police Chiefs,
Okay.
That's from
and this one's from the
There.
Metropolitan Police Station.
This is not Metropolitan Police.
Well, police around this country all work under the same guidelines.
This is just photography advice. This is not.
This is photography.
Permission.
This is photography. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm in a public space, filming a public police station from a public space. To finish off the end of
That's not
to
a
finish off
public
the
place.
end of my vlog.
It's
That's
not a
public
police
place.
station. A police station's not a public place.
Well, it's still paid for by the public, isn't it?
It's not a public place though. Under the
Well,
definition of
where
a
I
public
am
place,
is a
it's
where
not.
I am is a public
Yeah,
place,
you're right there.
and I'm allowed to film anything I can see from a public place.
Within reason, but if your actions go beyond that and are suspicious.
Well, my actions aren't gone beyond that. I've told you
Yeah.
exactly what I'm doing. It's to finish off the end of my social experiment vlog that I was making.
Well, you're still filming now, so it's.
I'm filming now for my own protection.
Protection from what?
From you. You're standing there threatening to arrest me under terrorism.
No, I'm asking for your
We
name
asked for
and
your
details.
Which I'm not obliged to give you unless I've been arrested for a crime.
I don't feel like we've given you any cause for concern about our behaviour.
Well, he's threatening to arrest me under the
He's not
Terrorism
threatening
Act, which
to
you couldn't
arrest
even
you.
quote to me.
He's not threatening
I'm not going to
arrest
quote
you.
every part of the law.
You're telling me,
I don't
but by me
memorise
not giving
law
you my
word for word.
details,
That's not my job.
you told me by me not giving you my details is an arrestable offence, which it
It's
isn't.
not permission for you to sit here
Which
from
it
the
isn't.
police station, which is what you've just
I am perfectly entitled to sit here and film a police station from a public space. In fact, I can even give you the law on photography. There you go.
It says that you do not need a permit to film or
No,
photograph
I don't.
in a public place. It doesn't say anything about filming or taking photographs from a place that isn't public.
I can film anything I can see from a public space. Whether it's private property or public property.
Photography on private land is not restricted if the landowner has given permission.
I'm on public land.
Yeah, but what we're
But I
talking
can
about
still
is the fact that you're
I
filming
can-
the police station, which is not.
From
your house.
that's
Someone
not
else
a house though, is it?
No, but it's not a public place.
Yeah, but if someone wants to stand outside my house in the public and film it, they're allowed to do that by law.
No,
There is no law
there'll
that's
be-
there's
there'll
no
be
law.
laws against
No, there's not.
Right.
No, there's not. That's mine, thank you.
You wait for me a second.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine if you want to get going.
I'll ask if there's permission from one of the bosses in there.
I don't need permission to film the police station from a public
No,
space.
as I said, my suspicions are about your behaviour. It's all very strange.
What's suspicious about my behaviour?
You're
Do
not
you
talking
think
to
I'm a
me normally.
terrorist?
You're not talking to me
Have I got
normally.
Have I got any bombs in my
You're
bag?
quite defensive about the fact that.
Yes, because you've come over here to stop
there's preparation.
me.
We asked you if
You're
you could
trying to
engage
stop
in
me from
conversation.
filming
I
and
asked you
finishing
what
my
your name was
blog.
and you wouldn't
Right.
even provide me your name.
Well, that's because I don't need to.
All this amounts.
Because I'm not obliged to give you my name. That's
You're not
why.
obliged.
Well,
However,
exactly.
when I approached you to engage in a conversation, and you were quite defensive.
I actually didn't
And
want a
to ask
conversation.
questions.
If you had just gone into the police station, I would have left because I got the footage that I wanted.
Yeah, but you can understand that obviously, given the fact that you're sat here filming a police station, it's quite concerning for us.
Why?
Officers, for officer safety.
What am I going to do?
You're
What
about to
officer
publish- you're about to
safety?
publish a video showing the registration plate of police cars in a police station.
They're in public all day, every single day. Police cars. There's no privacy in public. That's why there's CCTV cameras, millions of them all around the country. I've also got a copy of the Criminal Justice Act 2015 if you want to read that.
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Do you know what that is already?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
Right. So I don't think your colleague really should stand there and threaten to take away my camera equipment.
He didn't threaten to take
Yes, he
away your
did.
camera equipment.
Yes, he did. It's on
He
camera.
stated
It's this a threat?
powers that we have.
You're trying to scare me into, oh, I don't want my phone to be taken. So in order for me to give up my details that I'm not obliged to give
If you
you.
didn't believe that we wouldn't be able to seize your phone, why would you be recording live to a cloud so that when your films are, when your phone is taken?
Oh, when my phone's taken?
Well, that's what you said.
Is
to
that
me.
what you're saying?
No,
When
that's
my
what you-
phone's... That's
what
why
you
I'm
said to
recording
me.
to the cloud
That's what
and not
you
onto
said
my
to me.
phone.
You said that you record so that if somebody takes your phone,
Yep.
that the videos aren't there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So I've still got my evidence, because I can't get your evidence off of your camera if this goes to court for me to get all my camera equipment back.
Why would you assume this was going to go to court?
Because if you're going to take my camera equipment, then it's going to go to court, isn't it?
Why would you assume we were going to take?
Because
your
you would have unlawfully arrested me and unlawfully taken my camera equipment.
We only came over to speak to you, fella. We literally just wanted to ask what you.
And then
were up to.
then he phones up and has a word with his sergeant, and then you're threatening me with taking my cameras and arresting me under the Terrorism Act.
It wasn't a threat at all. If you,
Well,
when you watch back
to me,
your
it
footage,
came across as a threat.
watch back your
You're
footage,
saying
you'll
these
see
things
it
to me because you're trying to scare me into giving you my
clearly
details that
wanted
I'm
to
not
know what
obliged
you
to
were
give
doing.
you.
That's all
I'm
I
not
did.
obliged to give you my
Stop an
details.
account.
Well, I don't need to account. I'm sat here doing something perfectly lawful from a public space. But your colleague was trying to intimidate me into giving up my details with the threat of arrest under the Terrorism Act,
He merely
and
stated that as
trying
police
to
officers,
intimidate
somebody
me
not giving their details is a necessity that we can use for an arrest.
by making me think he's
He
going to
didn't-
take away my camera
He
equipment.
didn't say that it was a threat that he was going to arrest you at all.
Okay. Am I being detained?
Sorry?
Am I being detained?
No, it's merely a stop
Okay.
account. I mean, if you do leave, obviously we do have powers.
Are you going to use those powers if I leave then? Because
Which
you
means-
just said I'm not being detained, so I'm free to go.
You're not being detained.
So am I
no.
free to go?
And by all means, if you do leave, it does mean that we would be able to use powers to arrest you on the grounds of suspicion of an offence.
What offence?
My colleague is speaking to my sergeant at the moment.
So, am I free to go?
That's obviously your decision.
And I'm not being detained?
That's obviously your decision.
And I'm free to leave? Am I free to leave? What's that mean?
As I've just explained to you, it's a stop an account.
Have I broken any laws?
At the moment, you are filming a police station.
That's
which
not
is-
breaking the-
which
that's
is
not
quite
breaking the law.
concerning, Which is why me and my colleague came over to speak to you.
That's not breaking the law though, is it?
As I explained to you, my colleague has basically gone to speak to my sergeant
Yeah.
to discuss.
Right. Are
The
you
level.
are you detaining me here?
I'm not detaining you.
Right, so am I free to leave?
I would suggest you didn't leave.
Am I free to leave?
I would suggest you didn't leave.
Why?
I would suggest that you didn't leave.
Why?
I have answered your question. What you do next is up to you.
Well, I know what next is up to me, but you just said I'm not being detained, so therefore I'm free to leave because I've broken no laws. So are you going to arrest me if I leave?
I can't say whether that's going to happen or not. I've asked you to wait until my colleague comes back from speaking to my sergeant. It's obviously the next move is yours. I've asked you to wait.
Okay, I don't want to wait. I'm going to leave and I'm going to go home. Okay?